Welcome back to the channel, lads. It is episode number 18 of our FC 26 career mode here with Bolton Wanderers. Now, in the last episode, as you know, we brought in a few signings. One of those being a striker, Nelson Viper, who scored the winning goal for us against Arsenal. But tough games coming up today. We've got Manchester United at Old Trafford. We have got a home game and Carabao Cup diaries against Bournemouth. And we've got a game against Liverpool as well at home at the Toughsheet Community Stadium. Before we end the summer transfer window, we would like to bring in 2 or maybe 3 signings before the end of this transfer window as well. It's going to be tough, those games coming up. We have got here a confirmation of Lloyd Yandel joining Millwall on a season-long loan. One of the youth academy graduate from last season that we've got high hopes for. Last season, he was on loan in Portugal, and this time he will be enjoying a season-long loan in the Championship. Good luck to him. And now with Lloyd Yandel heading out on loan to Millwall, it leaves us a bit short out wide. We've got Clayton Taylor from the left-hand side, and we have got Joel Randall from the right-hand side. I have to be careful not to confuse both names. They sound very similar. You know, Lloyd Yandel, Joel Randall, pretty similar both names. But anyway, we need a player to come in and give those 2 players support. I mean, Randall was excellent last season for us, the second highest goal scorer, and he came 3rd in assists as well. But that is the Championship. Can he replicate or come close to producing those sorts of numbers in the Premier League? I'm not so sure. We've got Thierry Gale on the bench, who is 66 rated, and let's be honest, if we bring in one more player, he will probably be our 4th choice option and giving us support out wide. Maybe a midfielder, a box-to-box midfielder ideally, who will replace Sheehan in that box-to-box role and can also play as a centre defensive midfielder when we need to rotate Simons. 2 more signings, possibly 1 more on loan. I'm not sure yet, but we will find out. Without wasting too much time, we have got 3 players here that I think can do a job for us in those wide areas. We have got Radulescu, who is Romanian. We have got Philip Bundgaard, the Dane, playing for Brøndby at the moment, and we have got Adrian Sejic playing for Portsmouth in the Championship. All 3 players are similar in quality in terms of pacey, some good technical attributes, but what has drawn me to these players is their dribbling and finishing. I think it'll be perfect for us in those inverted forward positions. Now, I know Bundgaard, it's saying right now that Bundgaard is a striker, but I actually think if we sign him and change his position to a wide player, he might actually go up to 74, maybe 75 overall, looking at some of those technical qualities here. A player that we have been scouting since last season as well. And Radulescu, the quickest of all 3, again, technically really impressive. But I think the player that we will go for here is Philip Bundgaard. He's one of the cheaper options, considering if we change his position, I think he will improve. I think it's a no-brainer really to go for him at £3.8 million. We'll probably end up paying a bit more as we have done all season. We will start the opening offer here at £3.5 million. Let's see what Brøndby have to say. That was easier than I thought. A reasonable offer. Now, have we overpaid for him? He might just have, a year, maybe just over a year left in his contract. That's the only reason. This is the first player that we will be signing for less than his market value, by the way, which is crazy. It almost never happens on this year's FC. Let's be honest, the contract was never going to be an issue. Signed, sealed, and completed. Bundgaard joins Bolton Wanderers. We've only ended up giving him about 28k in wages, which is not too bad. Less than we have given to the other players that we have got. Well, more than the left back and the centre back, but less than the striker, Nelson Viper. So in terms of wage parity, it makes sense. Let's find out though. I said he was going to be a better player from out wide. Indeed, he is 76 rated. He is playing from the right wing position. That's one of the reasons I've decided to go for him. Looking at his quality, he fits so much better out wide, and what a signing. I tell you what, we are looking much better now as a team, aren't we? I feel a little bit bad though, the fact that 2 of our top scorers last season, Sam Dolby and Randall, have both dropped to the bench, but I can assure you both players will be playing a lot of games for us this season, just not starting too many games, but I'm still happy that we have kept some of our identity that we inherited taking over at Bolton Wanderers, and we've also kept a lot of the players that have got us from the Championship to the Premier League, trusting them. The likes of Goodman, Forino, Swansea, the three midfielders right now were in the Championship with us last season, but as we know, we're looking to bring in one more on the bench. We have still got a lot of them, so we haven't got rid of everyone straight away, which I'm impressed by, I'm happy with. For our next game, Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now, the Arsenal game was tough. We were dominated in the second half of that game, but somehow managing to hold on to that 1-0 victory. Can we do the same at Old Trafford? Come on, the Trotters. And it is Old Trafford, one of the biggest of stages in Premier League football, one of the biggest of stages in world football. I actually think this will be a tougher game than the Arsenal one, just because as good as Arsenal played in that second half, they did not turn up until the second half. I think we've got to stay focused here for 90 minutes for this one. They've got Mbumo starting, a thief, whoever that is, starting from the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes, of course, in that number 10 position. Gone are the days when you would say you keep Bruno quiet, you keep the rest of the team quiet. But Philip Bungard starts on the right-hand side, making his debut. Hey, we've got to be really, really focused. Try to play a thief there, but good defending from Forino. And Benjamin Šeško this time finds a thief. Oh, big save from Goodman with his feet. He's got to do this for 90 minutes today. He's an impressive goalkeeper, as we saw against Arsenal, but he's got to keep that sort of focus if we're to have a chance here. Over the top to Taylor. Taylor gonna try and put a cross into that far post. Lamens collect. Oh, look at the pace of Mbumo, but not today, son. Not today. Thierry Small is a very good one-on-one defender, by the way. We saw against Arsenal, he kept Saka so quiet from that left-hand side all game. And I'm pretty confident he's got the quality to do exactly the same here to Mbumo. The press from Benjamin Šeško, another save from Woodman, Goodman in goal. Not Woodman, Goodman. We have given them a few sort of easy chances in this game so far. They haven't been able to take the chances though, but we've got to defend a little bit better than this. Otherwise, we will concede a goal sooner rather than later. Someone is down there injured. Maybe Simons goes for the finish from outside the box, but comfortable. Oh, we've managed to hang on to that first half, 0-0. The second half, Manchester United looks like they're going to start just as they finish the first half. Brian Mbumo thought he was going to switch the play there, but he goes short to Bruno. Bruno finds a thief, back to Bruno, now to Benjamin Šeško, out wide to Mbumo on the right-hand side, cut inside Mbumo. Is he going to shoot? No, it's not. Oh, no. That is such a jammy goal to concede, man. That is such a jammy goal to concede. Look at that. How lucky is that? Bruno Fernandes tried to shoot. The shot was blocked. And then he managed to get the second, get it on his feet and get the shot on target. Good save. But he had an easy tap in there. Look at that. Such a jammy goal to concede. But it is what they deserve, to be honest. Most parts of this game we've been second best, as you'd expect. I mean, we don't have the quality of Manchester United. We were second best against Arsenal. The only difference between this game and the Arsenal game is we were very lucky against Arsenal. And of course, Goodman made some impressive saves, but it's not over yet. Simons goes out wide to Bungard. We try and get this one into his left foot. He's created a little bit of space. He goes for it! And like a viper in the grass, Nelson strikes again for his second goal. Quick reaction time in there. He wanted, I mean, that's a striker's finish, isn't it? Just being at the right place at the right time to tap one home like that. Oh, we're back in the game just like that. Substitutions to freshen the team up here. Dolby coming on to make his first Premier League appearance for us off the bench, replacing Viper. Oh, we've got to surely hang on to the point here now. One last attack. Benjamin Šeško. Forino shuts the gates down. Not today, son. And we will get a point at Old Trafford. We won against Arsenal and now a point against Manchester United. What a start to life in the Premier League, by the way. And thoroughly thoroughly deserves this one. And from the Premier League to the Carabao Cup, we face Bournemouth here at the Toughsheet Community Stadium. A lot of changes to our starting 11 for this one. One of the reasons that I like to rotate, because you almost sort of, put the destiny of playing more games in these players' hands. You say to them, listen, if you win this game, you get the opportunity to start the next one. But if you don't, I'm not quite sure where some of those chances are going to come from. But Perkins starts this one, Leo Perkins. We're looking to send him out on loan, but he gets an opportunity to start here. Bournemouth looking strong. They're looking strong. Angela Stiller started for them in that midfield, which would have been one of their newer signings, I would say, from Stuttgart. But it's one of those games where I don't see too many quality chances being created. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a draw and goes straight into penalties here, which we're not equipped for penalties given the quality of players we've got in the team here. That's a good early start for us here, Keep it going. Inside to Sam Dolby, who holds it up well. Randall just couldn't get there. The pass though was just too heavy, but out wide, Traore. The overlapping run there, I believe, from the left back. They're not going to use him, though. Justin Kluivert goes on his own, trying to bend one to the far corner. But Bonham in goal was equal to that one. Bournemouth get a corner here, 27 minutes into the game. It's not been much quality so far, but as we saw there, if you give these teams, these Premier League level teams, those sorts of spaces, they will create something out of nothing usually. But Martinez plays in Traore. Comfortable for Bonham. That's lovely from the left-hand side here. We want to start the second half a lot better than we did and a lot better than we finished the first half. Randall is... There is Sam Dolby in the box. That is his bread and butter, really. You would expect him to score from that one. What a chance missed. That was the opportunity earlier on in that second half, wasn't it? The longer the game goes on, you just begin to feel like, yeah, this one is definitely going into penalties. What a save from Bonham from point-blank range. I mean, there wasn't... The contacts from the striker should have been a little bit better there, but nonetheless, you still have to save it. Perkins going to go back. That's it. It's 90 minutes of football played, 0-0, and it will be going into penalty shootout here. I said from the very start that I had a feeling this might be going into penalties, and we don't have the quality needed for penalty shootout here, but we will do our best, as we always do. Sam Dolby is going to go for a cheeky little dink down the middle here for the first one. And he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's so nice when the penanka works, doesn't it? But when you miss, you look so stupid. Justin Kluivert goes top left. Bonham guesses the wrong direction there. Randall, I'm going to try and go to the top left here. Randall. Oh, hits the post. See what I mean, though? You have to get it so perfect with players with lesser qualities and on penalties like that. But anyway, we're going to go top right here, the other direction with Simons, and he finds the back of the net. He's such a good footballer, by the way. And JV Simons, he just keeps things ticking for us in midfield. Goes down the middle there, Unal, the striker, and it's going to be Erahon this time. And if we score, we're still in it. Erahon just narrowly missing there on the far side. And that's it now. If Bournemouth scored their fourth one here with Ryan Christie, the number 10, they go through to the next round and he finds the corner. And that is our journey in the Carabao Cup over in the first round. Unfortunately for us, we were drawn against a Premier League team so early. And for some of these players, as I said before the start, I'm not quite sure where their next start is going to come from, given the fact that we only have Premier League football now until January time. It's unfortunate. And up next year is the Man Utd Liverpool in the Premier League at the Toughsheet Community Stadium, a ground that I've already seen Arsenal unsettled this season. As always, Liverpool arrives as giants, but for us this season, we have shown that being in the Premier League is not a fluke. It's a merit. We deserve to be here. And as football have shown time and time again, for every Goliath must be a where? There is a David somewhere. Can we cause an upset today? Starting 11 is strong as always. Nelson Viper, Bungard, and Clayton Taylor as our forward three. Mamadashvili starting goal for Liverpool. They've got Bayacic and Gravenberg in midfield. Alexander Isak leading the way for them up front. It's going to be one of those games again, as we saw against Manchester United, as we saw against Arsenal. They probably going to have a lot of the ball. They're probably going to create the better chances. What a block there from Isaac Toure. Farino, the other centre-back, helps out his partner, and we get the danger away. They're going to cause us a lot of trouble, but we just have to stay. We just have to stay in the game. We just have to ride our luck. We just have to rely on our goalkeeper to make good saves. Isaac Toure is there again to get the header. Referee, how is that not a free kick? Advantage though, not played, but we carry on going. Cross, far post, Philip Bungard. Our latest signing attacks that one. Kerikez, I have no idea what he was waiting for. He was so slow to jump. And Bungard read the danger so well. And look at this for a header though. Planted that one to the far post. It's not the tallest of players, but I tell you what, he's got a decent jump on him there. And what a start. What a start to the Premier League this is. Someone should have told me that the Premier League was this easy already. Things are going our way right now. We're having a lot of luck, of course. Think about how many times our goalkeeper have prevented us from conceding a goal. We will sooner rather than later have one of those games where every single shot the AI gets just ends up in the back of the net. That time will come. But for now, whilst we're doing so well, whilst we're getting points, we might as well keep on enjoying it. Going into the first half, 1-0 up. Substitutions, early one here for Liverpool and Bayer, replaced by Alexi McAllister coming off the bench with a number 10 shirt. Arne Slot, I've seen enough of his Liverpool side. It's only 48-minute play. We've got a corner to defend here. Sheehan attacks it on the near post. It's another corner though for Szoboszlai with the outswinger here into the box. It's gone for Isak again on the near post. And that is always a mismatch, isn't it? And our captain Sheehan there, I mean, if Isak gets the jump on him, there was always going to be one winner, and that's exactly what he's done on this occasion. Once he goes up first, there isn't any stopping him. It's the equaliser for Liverpool. You know what, though? Even after we have conceded a goal, we're going to, of course, go for that second. Why not? Over the top, Nelson Viper! Oh, what a chance. Straight after conceding here, we almost took the lead again. The best form of defense sometimes is attack. Swanson with a cross to the far post, back to the goalkeeper, comfortable. As much as we want to try and go forward, I know I've said the best form of defense is attack. We've still got to be careful here. Nelson, oh, not Nelson. Jarvis Simons drives forward. Sergeant runs through the midfield, and he plays in Philip Bungard for the second goal of the game. What a signing this is, by the way. We know his finishing was good. Oh, he looked a bit offside there. He definitely looked a bit offside there. But it doesn't matter. He finds the back of the net with a sensational finish on his weaker right foot as well. Substitution, Sheehan coming onto, Erahon coming on to replace Sheehan rather, to give us a little bit of legs for the remaining 25 minutes or so of this game. Still a long way to go. Liverpool have gone short this time for the corner. It's a back-to-back corner. We know what happened the last time Liverpool had a back-to-back corner. He ended up in Alexander Isak's head, and he's done so again. That combination is causing us some trouble here. Szoboszlai's cross and Isak's header. It's happened twice now. Once they have scored from it, this time to the far post though. We have dealt with it. Couldn't win the second though. Saliba tens. And that's why he's a centre-back. That is a centre-back's attempt on goal, isn't it? We're still in front. Come on. Just like the Arsenal game, the time right now is going so slow. Szoboszlai. Oh, what a cross to Isaac again. What a save from the goalkeeper. I mean, he's produced some fantastic saves. It's only our third game into the Premier League season, but some of the saves he's made, man, has been sensational. And we compared ourselves to David earlier on in this game and compared Liverpool to Goliath. And once again, the underdog, the underdog have made the better side. Put the better side in a little bit of trouble here on a 2-1 victory. And we are going into the transfer deadline day, still needing to bring in one more signing, having already made 5 signings this season. Well, technically 4, because one of those was the return of Owen Goodman, who we had an option to buy from the loan move from Crystal Palace last season. So we still need a box-to-box midfielder, and hopefully we will get a loan offer for Perkins as well, one of the youth academy graduate from last season. We've got to be a little bit clever with this one, actually, given that we've got £12.5 million left in our budget. And as you know, as the season progresses, you're going to have a few players from last season and wanting a pay rise to reflect your status now as Premier League players. And we need a couple of £1 million for that. And we also need some funds going into the January transfer window as well. And we can rule out these two, Isaac Price and Louis Page. They're centre attacking midfielders, not the profiles that I'm looking for. But my goodness, Isaac Price, the quality on this player, man, is 6'4" as well. One to watch out for when we do need centre attacking midfielders. Louis Page, if you remember, I gave him his debut at Leicester City. At the time, he was 63 or 64 rated. It's come a long way. He's improved massively. Now playing in the Belgian league at Genk, one of the younger centre attacking midfielders to watch out for. For now, both players will remain on the short list. We have got all of these options here. They're quite good physically and, of course, technically. Some of them more so than the others. Alex Matos, I feel like is more of a centre defensive midfield profile. Kieran Morgan, I do like. 21 years of age, 6'1", is only going to get better in terms of market value and wages. It's making more sense to lean towards a player like this. We've got Seydou, who, by the way, he's the ideal player to go for this position. But at £6 million, they're probably going to end up wanting about £7-8 million for the player. We will try our luck, though, with him just to see whether we can get him for exactly that market value. But otherwise, we might just go for a Kieran Morgan. We've got Darko Giharbi, who from facing Hull City last season, he's so good at making that late runs into the box. He's 6'3", physical prowess. Technically, he's decent as well. We've got Papa Demba Diop of Strasbourg, again leaning towards more of a CDM profile here, but again, physically, technically, he's quite good. But I think we will go for Seydou here. We will go for Yusuf Seydou. That is if we can get him for £6 million, though. Anything more than that, I feel like we will just walk away and we will go for Kieran Morgan instead. I mean, I don't think we will get him for £6 million, but it's certainly worth a try, right? This is what I mean, though. Straight away, they're asking for £9 million. It's just not going to work, is it? I knew we will have to pay a lot more than his market value. Let's go 7 to tempt it a little bit here. I don't think we will get him for 7, though. That's it. We just can't get the deal done. £9 million. It's a little bit too much than we're looking to spend for that position right now. Unfortunately, we will walk away from this one. With the signing of Seydou not being possible, the next on the line here is Kieran Morgan. He's English, which is good for the homegrown quota. That's quite important as well. We will go a little bit less than his market value here. We will go £3 million and give them a 10% sell-on clause as well. I feel like we can get this one a little bit cheaper. £3.5 million and a 7% sell-on clause. I'm not going to argue with that, because when you do, immediately they raise the price up, and I do not want to risk that. I feel like £3.5 million and a 7% sell-on clause, it's a good enough deal it's a good enough amount of money to pay. It's Cesc Fabregas managing Queen's Park Rangers as well. That's incredible. He gets the number 7 shirt as well. Kieran Morgan, our 6th signing of the season. Wages was never going to be an issue, to be honest. 15k we've ended up giving him, which, considering what we've given to the rest of the other players, it makes a lot of sense. I'm excited with this signing, actually. It's a shame we couldn't go for Seydou, But the amount of money Zaragoza was quoting to us, that was a little bit too much. With 5 hours to go here, the clock is ticking, still waiting for the confirmation of Leo Perkins' loan move. Ilman Ndiaye, that's a big rumor there from Everton to Dortmund. And you have got the likes of Molero joining Real Sociedad from Villarreal. I didn't know the Spanish teams had that amount of money to spend, but Cambiaso as well is joined Tottenham for just under £30 million. Okay, here we have it. Leo Perkins heads out on loan for the rest of the season here, and he joins CD Mirandes, who is the second division or third division Spanish side for a 59 rated left back. That is a good loan move for him. And with just an hour to go before the summer transfer window slams shut, two of the Premier League giants there, Arsenal and Liverpool, going head to head for the PSG goalkeeper Chabalea. Who gets him though? We're not too sure, but that would now conclude the summer transfer window. Looking at the squad we now have, I feel like we should, I shouldn't say should, but it's a good start to the Premier League. I mean, there is potential here to be able to stay up this season. Given the start of the Premier League, as I said, on the bench, we've got the likes of Randall and Tawal, we've got Johnston, Dolby, Conway. These players are going to start games from time to time, and when they come off the bench, hopefully can help us see our games when we're going for goals. Dolby, I mean, 23 goals in the Championship last season. I'm sure he will score one or two in the Premier League, but that starting 11 certainly looks much better. There's no doubt in my mind that there's still a lot of improvement with this team. And before we end today's episode, then we will just have a quick look at our Youth Academy Scouts update for month number 2 here. Of course, starting in England, where we're scouting for goalkeepers. We will continue scouting the first goalkeeper there a little bit further, and that's Kai Cooper. The rest of them, we will get rid of them here. And now in the Netherlands, where we are scouting for wingers, Van der Ven is not going to make it. Jacobs, we will continue to scout further. Oh yes, Stefan Maas, right winger, 56 to 74 starting overall. But that potential though is ridiculous. Of course, we will give him a scholarship contract into the academy straight away. We do not want to risk losing him. I think we will continue scouting and Jacobs a bit further, but the rest of them here, we will get rid of them. And finally here in Belgium, Dorian White, we were scouting from the previous month. I think we will get rid of him now. That starting overall, I'm not a big fan of. And so would be the rest of them. None of these players are going to make it. It's been a little bit disappointing in Belgium so far. And looking at the academy lads here, George Bates, who we gave a scholarship deal last month, he's not managed to keep hold of that potential. He will remain in the academy now until we find a better goalkeeper at Charlton. He's 59 rated, which is not too bad. Broderick, man, 47 starting overall. He's still only 14 years of age. The potential looks good. And of course, Stefan Maas, who we have just given a scholarship deal into the academy here, 82 to 94 potential. Is already 62 rated, which is positive to see. But anyway, smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one. I think we're in the top 4 right now, which is crazy after 3 games played in the Premier League, but there's still a long way to go. Brighton leads the way, Chelsea in second, Manchester City in third. Brighton the only team to pick up maximum points. The likes of Arsenal and Manchester United, who we have taken points from this season, in mid-table. Ipswich, Brentford and Sunderland, the bottom 3 after 3 games played. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.